Welcome to Enjoyable Noise, a podcast for parents and adult learners who believe that playing the piano is about more than just perfect notes. It's about creativity, dedication, and a love of music that lasts a lifetime. Whether you're supporting a child's musical journey or you're on one your own, you're in the right place. Let's talk about something a lot of parents might wonder. What if my child isn't loving piano right now? Should we take a break? I hear you. When lessons feel more like pulling teeth than playing songs, it's natural to question if it's worth it. But here's the truth. Maybe we should take a break is often code for we're done, and it's rarely temporary. And later, as adults, so many people say, I wish I hadn't quit. So instead of asking, are they loving it right now? Try asking this. What can we do to shift to help them grow through this phase and make it long lasting? Because growth is the goal, not constant excitement. Music is a full body, full brain experience. Even when things feel a little dull or uninspiring, there's always a way to reignite some more excitement. Maybe it's trying a special piece, a challenge piece, the kind that lands right in that sweet spot of a student's motivation. Maybe it's switching things up and exploring another type of playing, like chord playing, or slowing the pace. Sometimes I change method books altogether to let a student camp out in a confidence building that level a little bit longer. Sometimes we revisit old favorite songs, but add expressive dynamics or a new flair. And recital season, it sparks inspiration like nothing else. Or maybe it's simply sharing music with a fellow student. You play for me and I'll play for you. And those small changes can completely shift the energy. And let me say it clearly. Deep down, we all know that learning to play the piano is worth it. Especially once a student reaches that moment when it starts to sound like a real song. Like my brother, who's learning as an adult, said, there's nothing like when it finally clicks and it sounds like music. And if you're supporting your child, your belief makes all the difference because they're watching how you respond. They need you to trust the process and to help carve out those little pockets of time, even just 3 short sessions a week. Now, I've had students who didn't practice regularly, but really leaned in at the lessons and made solid progress. It's not ideal, but I also don't ignore the reality that it works for some. And parents, don't be afraid to say, this is what you're doing. Sometimes kids today have more say than they know what to do with. We don't have to be strict like the old days, but we can lead with some kind of steady dedication. You might even decide to learn piano side by side with your child. Honestly, more is caught than taught, and this could become the ultimate experience. That's why I created the Parent and Me bundle, because when you do it together, it becomes family culture. You're not just putting in time, you're building emotional muscle, creativity, discipline, and confidence. I remember one parent who emailed me about her middle school son. He'd been going through a really rough time emotionally and at school. And one night, she woke up at 2 a.m. to hear him pouring out his feelings into the piano, just banging it all out. The years of consistent lessons gave him this: a safe outlet, a way to feel, to cope, and to express. That kind of moment doesn't just happen, it's built over time by staying in it and with it. So, whether your child is head over heels for the piano right now or kind of indifferent, remember this: you're planting something deep. It's not about getting it perfect. It's about staying in the process, adjusting the pace, and supporting growth through every phase. Stick with it, and the music has a way of showing up when it matters the most. Thank you for listening to Enjoyable Noise. Playing piano isn't something you quit just because. It's something you enjoy for a lifetime. And just like life, it has its rough patches. But when you stay in it with patience, support, and a little creativity, it becomes more than music. It becomes a part of who you are.